I am a proud partner of Car Marshal. If you are interested in a new or used car, please check out Car Marshal. Click on the link in my description box below. No credit check, no cosigner. That's Car Marshal. In 1932, hundreds of black men were promised free health care if they signed up for a certain project. Most of these men have never even been to a doctor before. A research group got together and came up with a plan to infect hundreds of black men with syphilis to study the effects of the disease being untreated. This experiment was supposed to go on for 6 to 9 months. The participants were promised medical exams, free meals, free insurance, and they strategically chose illiterate men who was not able to thoroughly read through the agreement. One of the head doctors stated, "These Negroes are very ignorant and easily influenced by things that would be of minor significance to a more intelligent group." These men were infected and they passed the disease to their women, and their children was even born with it. In the 30s, there were no laws to enforce that they had to inform participants of the dangers of testing. When the participants arrived and the doctors came in, they told them that they came to cure bad blood. In the book called Bad Blood, they break all of this down. All the men were told that they had bad blood and needed to be treated. They used these men as guinea pigs. Scientists documented the symptoms as they prolonged, all while never informing the participants of what really was going on. The Tuskegee experiment went on from 1932 all the way until 1972. In order to track the disease's full progression, researchers provided no effective care as the men suffered and even died. It wasn't until the 1960s when a venereal disease investigator from San Francisco named Peter Buxton found out about the experiment and said that this was unethical. Peter Buxton leaked the story to a reporter from the Associated Press. Then, they went at this 100 miles an hour, prompting public outrage to shut this down. By 1972, over 100 men had died from syphilis. Over 40 men passed the disease to their women, and 19 babies were born with the disease. In 1973, Congress held congressional hearings on the Tuskegee experiments, and the surviving participants received $10 million. For decades, these men thought that they were getting treated for the condition. They would come in, and the scientists would give them stuff like aspirin. This is one of the many reasons why black folks do not trust the government. This is why we don't trust vaccines. This is why we must research exactly what it is that they're telling us. Question everything. Question any and everything. The government has been lying and manipulating us since the beginning. These families are still affected by this today. To this day, these families are still infected.
Long battle, all these long years. The 8 men who are survivors of the syphilis study at Tuskegee are a living link to a time not so very long ago that many Americans would prefer not to remember, but we dare not forget. It was a time when our nation failed to live up to its ideals, when our nation broke the trust with our people that is the very foundation of our democracy. It is not only in remembering that shameful past that we can make amends and repair our nation, but it is in remembering that past that we can build a better present and a better future. And without remembering it, we cannot make amends and we cannot go forward. So today, America does remember the hundreds of men used in research without their knowledge and consent. We remember them and their family members. Men who were poor and African American, without resources and with few alternatives. They believed they had found hope when they were offered free medical care by the United States Public Health Service. They were betrayed. Medical people are supposed to help when we need care, but even once a cure was discovered, they were denied help, and they were lied to by their government. Our government is supposed to protect the rights of its citizens. Their rights were trampled upon. 40 years, hundreds of men betrayed, along with their wives and children, along with a community in Macon County, Alabama, the city of Tuskegee, the fine university there, and the larger African American community. The United States government did something that was wrong, deeply, profoundly, morally wrong. It was an outrage to our commitment to integrity and equality for all our citizens. To the survivors, to the wives and family members, the children and the grandchildren, I say what you know. No power on earth can give you back the lives lost, the pain suffered, the years of internal torment and anguish. What was done cannot be undone, but we can end the silence. We can stop turning our heads away. We can look at you in the eye and finally say, on behalf of the American people, what the United States government did was shameful, and I am sorry. The American people